Welcome to our next video. Today we're talking about running fast after 50. Is it possible to be putting in PRs and PBs once you hit the big 50? We'll find out all about that today. How you need to structure your training, what you need to change in your 50s, and what to be aware of when you're trying to get faster as a 50-year-old. My name is Brad. I'm from CoachParry.com. That's where we help runners like you become fitter, faster, and stronger. I'm joined today by one of our running coaches, Markus van Niekerk, and we'll talk all about what it takes to speed up in your 50s. Markus, we're talking about running fast once you hit the age of 50. We're going to get into some details about what you need to do and how you need to adjust your training, if at all. But first of all, is it possible to run fast after 50?
Brad, it's a very valid question in the sense that I think most people slow down towards their late 30s even. But then some, we've seen it in races like Ironman, where at one stage there was about 5 years where people had been late 30s, early 40s. That was world champion. And but yes, let's go to the 50 figure. Yes, people do slow down, and that's, for me, it's all got to do with the heart's ability to pump or supply oxygen to the muscles, but also the muscles growing more tired or more weak as the person grows older.
Markus, I'm not 50 yet. I'm in my early 40s, and I've noticed a slowdown. And I always joke, I say I've put the small wheel on the front because it's time to go downhill now. But things definitely do change physiologically, and your body does sort of it does slow down and doesn't adapt as well. How should you? Do you need to change the way you train? Meaning, I mean, as a 20-year-old and a 50-year-old, I'm guessing wouldn't train exactly the same way.
Yeah. So first and foremost is there does need to be some form of change. So the first thing is depending on the athlete itself. Firstly, you need to adjust your training paces. So we've had it in so many different scenarios where we've had really good success stories on the forum of people running faster by running slower. And that's the most important bit. You really need to adjust your running pace. You need to set a realistic, easy training pace for yourself. So people think, because I'm getting slower, I need to run fast in training so I can run fast in a race. It's not the case. So by slowing down, your body also takes longer to recover after sessions. So you're probably better off training more consistent. And by that I mean training a day less, and then also training at the right intensity. So you recover better before your next session. And by training consistently, I can guarantee you're still going to be building on your aerobic fitness, which is at the end of the day what's going to help you more than anything else.
Markus, I think you've made such an important point there with regards to consistency, which I'll get to in a moment, but I want to go back to something else that you said, and I think my dad is a perfect example of this. My dad's in his early 70s now, and was a real big runner in his early 40s. He's done 11 Comrades marathons, he's run hundreds of regular marathons, and back in the day when he was training in the 80s and the 90s, the philosophy then was, you literally, if it doesn't feel like you're about to pop a lung on a training session, you're not working hard enough. And I think a lot of athletes in their 50s come from that school of thought that it's that whole no gain, no pain sort of story. And you've got to really adjust that thinking when you hit your 50s, because recovery is vital, consistency is vital, and if you're pushing too hard in your 50s, the chances of you breaking down, picking up an injury, and then impacting your consistency is a huge risk.
100%, and I cannot stress it enough that, and if people struggle to believe the concept, they must just spend time on the forums. There's so many success stories of people that say, I don't know how it worked, but I ran slower and I ended up running faster in my race. And that's so important. And yes, the biggest mistake that people make, whether they're 50 or 25 or 75 for that matter, when they're supposed to do an hour run and they think, oh, I'm running out of time, I only have 30 minutes, let me do a hard 30 minutes. Don't go there. Just make sure you tick the boxes, and that's what it boils down to, is the consistency and the correct intensity. Those are the two main factors.
Recovery is important for any athlete, but it starts becoming vital once you hit your 50s as well. Talk to me about the role of recovery and how important it is. You spoke about perhaps even dropping an extra day's running in order to recover. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so if one really struggles to deal with the idea of cutting down or cutting back on your training, one can always bring in a form of cross training in the form of swimming or cycling, something that's weight bearing, something that doesn't have half or nearly as much impact on your body, and that would also help with recovery and increase general fitness. But going back to recovery itself, it's really important to understand the concept of recovery. It's your body's ability to recover or to go back to the state that it was before that activity or before the workout. And as much as, well, many people wouldn't like to accept that fact, you do not recover as fast as you did when you were younger, and that's what makes it more important. Is you need to place way more emphasis on recovery, and by placing way more emphasis on your recovery, I can guarantee you your results are going to speak for itself, because you'll be able to do the sessions way better, way more accurate, and they'll be way more effective.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you want to find out more about running fast after 50, we've written a pretty extensive post on how you can do it. If you click on the link below this video, or the link that's on the screen right now, you'll be able to go and read that fascinating read. And yeah, like Markus said, we've had some great success in the forums, countless stories of people running almost as fast as they were in their 20s, but now in their 50s. So definitely go check out that post if you are frustrated that you seem to be slowing down in your 50s. Yeah, there's some real good advice, solid advice on how you can run faster in your 50s. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you don't want to miss out on any of our videos, make sure you click the subscribe button over here. You can watch our latest video over here, and be sure to check out one of our most popular videos over here. And then also, if you want to catch up and grab one of our free strength training programs, all you need to do is click over here.